So I got to start off the video by saying I am very fond of Greg. I've been watching him consistently ever since I found him. I'm not a big fan of the screaming, the faking the super high energy. I'm not a fan of that, but I do watch Greg because he is a very, very smart guy. He's a high level coach and he knows his shit. He really does. And um, unfortunately, it's hard to watch him all the time because when I'm playing it and there's anybody around, they say, turn that crap off because, I think it's the combination of the voice and the screaming. I saw something semi troubling today. And this video is not to bash Greg, but what I'm trying to do is hopefully to reach out to this young man who's struggling and offer him a word of advice. Okay, so there is a video labeled the why I'm not doing the 10,000 calorie challenge on Greg's channel. And I thought this was a video about Greg saying why he's not going to do it, but it's about a new client that he's got. The dude is struggling. He's put on a lot of weight and he's just in that negative loop of binging and feeling guilty and binging again because you're guilty about the last binge, and it's an awful loophole. I've been in it. I'm the type of guy that can eat a half gallon of ice cream in one sitting. I can eat 24 donuts in one sitting. I can eat a large pizza with 2 pints of ice cream very easily. So I am not the guy that you want to fit in a couple cookies or a little bit of, ice cream into a diet plan because it's going to keep me sane. I 100% do better without the junk food because people that are prone to binging do not do well with junk food. That's the problem with a lot of coaches. At the end of the day, it is about calories. Calories in, calories out, 100%. A lot of coaches, they're thinking about most people, and most people will stay on a diet better if they have those little treats in their daily life, like a couple cookies or maybe a donut in the morning. As long as it fits their macros or fits their calories, it will keep a lot of people motivated and sane. When you're dealing with somebody with a highly complicated disorder like binge eating disorder, it's not that simple. And this guy is looking for the motivation to get back in shape. I'm not saying that he's not going to achieve his goal. Maybe Greg is the motivation that he needs, and the fact that he's spending all this money on Greg. But at the end of the day, man, you have to think about the long term. If let's say you hire Greg and you get shredded, okay? Greg is not always going to be there for you. And I'm speaking to this guy because I hope he watches this video. I'm 100% more into psychiatric disorders than I am into fitness and nutrition. So I know a lot about them and I know exactly what this guy's going through. What this guy needs is to take all the money that he's spending on Greg, and he needs professional help. He needs I'm not talking about a therapist that's going to sit there and listen to your problems and tell you everything's going to be okay. There are very, very high level therapists that will really dig deep into your mind and help you with these very complicated disorders. And that's what this guy needs. He needs to work through the pain that he's going through right now. He needs to figure out what's pushing him to binge. Okay, and again, I understand it, man. There are always underlying reasons for everything, and I understand that disorders are highly complicated. Some can be genetic, but even if it's genetic, there are tons of things that can help you work through those symptoms and almost eliminate them completely. So overcoming a disorder is very possible. It may not be possible to eliminate it. That's very difficult to do, but you can get it to a point where it's a minor thing in your life and it's not a major thing in your life. And that's why hiring even a high level coach like Greg is not ideal because, whipping you into shape and screaming at you and getting you motivated, that is not what you need long term. That could be helpful now. What you need long term is to change thought patterns, is to have techniques to help you cope with the specific disorder that you're struggling from. And Greg is not somebody that can help you with that. He can sit there and say, man, you don't need to eat 10 boxes of pizza. I mean, I'm sure nobody's eating 10 boxes of pizza, but you know what I'm saying? Greg is going to sit there and he's going to point out the obvious. And the guy even said it in this video that Greg was saying, like, bro, you don't have to eat this and that. And it's like, you know what? That's kind of obvious. I'm the type of person that you give me a cookie, I want freaking the whole box. You give me a bite of ice cream, I can eat a half gallon of ice cream, no problem, because my brain is screaming for it. I understand the loophole that this guy is in, and I'm telling you, man, there's no amount of motivation. There's no magic bullet that you can have nutrition wise that's going to fix this. The only thing that is going to fix this is professional help. And I'm just surprised with how intelligent Greg is that he's not, or maybe he has. Maybe he has told this guy, hey, man, you really need to get professional help alongside my motivation. Something that's helped me, I could tell you, with the binge eating and things like that, which is not a long-term solution, but most people that are caught up in that binge eating, they have become very addicted to the junk food. So things that I have done in the past to get me out of the binge eating and the addiction to the junk food is a ketogenic diet. And a ketogenic diet by no means is a long-term solution. There's no long-term data on people that have been on keto. So I'm not saying go keto for life. That's a very hard diet to not only stick to, but to maintain on a lifelong level. I mean, you're going to be going to family events and it's just going to stress you out. Like, I would not recommend that long term, but I mean, to get out of the addiction phase, the best thing to do, I think, is a ketogenic diet, because it really breaks that junk food addiction and it really helps you not crave the junk food because your blood sugar levels are a lot more stable throughout the day. You're not going through the extreme drastic changes in energy, and the first week you do feel like crap usually, but after that it's like, man, I'm not even thinking about sugar, I'm not thinking about junk food, I'm not thinking of any of that. So that is a really good tool that can help you get out of the junk food addiction stage. So, and this video is not even to get views. I just hope the guy sees it and he takes my advice and he understands that it's not about motivation. It's not about perfect diets. There's a lot more to this highly complicated disorder, and he can overcome it with the proper help. And Greg Doucette is not the help that he needs, especially with the amount of money that this man is probably paying Greg. So subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this channel. I talk about a ton of different topics. So please subscribe, please share, and help me grow this thing. Thank you for watching, guys.